Hey, so today I have another empties video. I don't know how I managed to use up so much stuff in a short space of time. I don't think it was that long ago when I did my last empties video. I think maybe about a month ago. So the first thing I used up was this L'Occitane Ruben Orange body wash. I got this as a Christmas present a couple of years ago and I sort of forgot about it, or I think maybe it was last year and I forgot about it and I just didn't use it. And I was sort of, then for a while when I realised I had it, I was sort of saving it and stuff like that. So I finally used it and it's really nice. It's slightly different to other like shower gels that I'd normally use, just kind of like the bog standard like cheap stuff that's sort of kind of thicker, I guess, like just, like Palmolive or Dove or whatever. It's quite liquidy, and I actually showed this in a favorites video. It seems to have like quite a lot of sort of essential oils and things like that in it. Although it is kind of more of a liquidy consistency, it really doesn't. It never leaves your skin feeling like it's really stripped or dry. And it's actually really nice. Like I would never spend that much on a shower gel. I'm not even sure how much this costs, but I wouldn't buy luxury bath products like this. Like if I was going to spend money on something, it might be a body butter or a body scrub or something. But it's really nice to get stuff like this, and it's really nice just to use. It's kind of makes showering a more enjoyable experience. If I had some extra cash to spare, I might, I don't know, shell out on something like this. But yeah, so it was really nice to use, and not much to say about that. It's just a shower gel, but it was nice. Um, I used up another one of these Umberto Giannini salt sprays. I really like this stuff. It's just really good. It's kind of probably the most volumizing I was going to say dry shampoo salt spray that I've used from the high street, and it's really nice. It's not that expensive, and these are usually kind of the Umberto Giannini line and like John Frieda and Tony and Guy and stuff like that. They do deals where sometimes it's like two for €12 or two for €10 or something like that, so you can kind of stock up on things that you like to use. So I always grab a couple of these when they're on offer. But it's really good. It just kind of gives you a nice two-sud wave to your hair, and yeah, it's just nice. It's one of the ones that I really like to use, but I have a couple that I rotate, so I don't always use that one. But yeah, the next thing I used up was this micellar solution from L'Oreal. It's the Skin Perfection one. This was my first ever micellar solution. I know people on YouTube and blogs and stuff have been going on about like Bioderma for quite a long time, and I think I heard a lot of buzz about the Taj one that I think that came out with Beauty Box or something, and everyone really liked it. I never tried one because I just never knew how they'd fit into my like makeup routine. I had heard that they weren't good for taking off kind of heavy eyeliner and makeup and like eyeshadow bases and stuff like that. So I always stuck to a biphase eye makeup remover or like a cleansing oil to remove my eye makeup. So I just kind of figured I had no place for this in my kind of skincare routine, and it probably wasn't, since it was so liquidy, I figured it probably wouldn't have made a very good cleanser. But I actually don't use this to wash my face or to remove makeup in the way that most people I think traditionally use this. I use this to kind of refresh my face in the morning after I've kind of, I've woken up, and instead of going to the bathroom and going through the whole, cleansing routine, I just kind of pop this on a cotton pad and wipe it across my eyelids and the rest of my face. So I just kind of use it for that. And sometimes, if I'm doing eyeliner and I don't know, I kind of mess up, I take a little bit of this on a cotton bud and I can just kind of, roll it and remove the bit that's just a bit wonky or something. So it does kind of come in handy if I've worn just maybe a little bit of tinted moisturizer on my face during the day and nothing else. I might use this to remove it. So it's good. It's also good if you've used cleansing wipes and the cleansing wipes have kind of left a residue on your face. This can just kind of remove that, and then you're kind of free to moisturize and stuff like that without having anything kind of underneath the moisturizer that just makes your skin feel kind of grubby. So I really like this. I had a backup. I had two backups. I have one backup now because I've started using one of the backups, but I really like this, and this is just something that I've incorporated into my skincare routine, and I kind of wouldn't be without now. So it's very useful. The next thing I used up was another packet of these Johnson's Daily Essentials cleansing wipes. I use the ones for normal skin. There are couple of different versions of these. They come in different coloured packets. There's like a green one now and a yellow one. I think there was always a blue one, which I think is supposed to be for dry skin. These are my favourite. I think they also have one that's purple and has lavender in it or something. But this is my favourite. I find that these are kind of the most moist, and I hate that word. So they're just really good. They're kind of moist enough that they get rid of all your makeup. And they also, I think they're soaked in an oil-based cleanser, so they just kind of get rid of everything. I just find that you can't use them too many times in a row because they can kind of make my skin look a little bit greasy and kind of get tiny blackheads that turn into spots if I use them like too often, like for a couple of weeks straight. So I just try and use them for nights out after I've come home and it's really late and I'm not going to be cleansing, faffing on a cleanser or any of that. And also kind of on days where I'm really lazy and it's either that or not washing my face. So they serve a purpose, I guess. The next thing I used up was the L'Oreal Elvive Extraordinary Oil. I actually have another one of these that I've already opened. It's strange though because I got this a couple months ago and I feel like this is a slightly different formula to the one that I have now, and I actually prefer the formula of this. I feel like it was kind of a little bit richer. It's definitely, the consistency of it was slightly thicker. I feel, maybe I'm imagining that, I don't know. But I just feel like this one did more for my hair, kind of just coated my hair a little bit better, made it feel a little bit softer, whereas I feel my replacement one, which is, it's the same, it's exactly the same. I had a look at the ingredients list on the back and I think they switched around one or two of the ingredients. I might put like an annotation in when I'm editing this video so that if I'm wrong, I might just cut this out. But if I'm not, I'll stick the annotation in and let you know which ones they were, or if I was correct. I feel like the new one is slightly more of a dry oil, but I really liked this. It took me ages to use up. Well, it took me about maybe 4 or 5 months to use this up. Um, I use a good few pumps in my hair every time I use it, and it just makes my hair feel really soft. Makes it easier to brush and style and stuff like that. Especially if you have longer hair, your hair can end up feeling quite frazzled. If you don't cut it very often, or if you like to keep your hair long. So it's just something nice that just makes your hair feel better and make easier to work with. So the next thing I used up was I need to find another way to introduce products. So the next thing I used up was the Righteous Butter from Soap and Glory. I got this in the big set that you can get around Christmas. I think it was €35 and it had about 10 or 11 things from Soap and Glory. It had like shower gel, it had a lotion and a pump, it had this and a body scrub and a lot of other different things. I I don't know. I know a lot of people like the scent of Soap and Glory stuff. I personally think like it smells like a bad version of Miss Dior Cherie. It kind of has this sort of like aquatic note in it that just I don't like. I don't know. Just whatever way it turns on my skin, I just don't really like the way that it smells. But I thought it was a nice moisturizing lotion or body butter. It wasn't as anything as thick as say like the Marks and Spencer's body butters, which are really a very good knockoff of the Body Shop body butters, which are even thicker and I find kind of hard to work with. It worked really well. I wouldn't buy it again because I don't like the scent of it, and I do think that you can. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not a massive fan of all of the Soap and Glory products. I think some of them are kind of hit or miss. I don't know. Wasn't a big fan of. I thought it was a good body lotion. Um, I didn't think it warranted the name body butter because I think actually like the lotion that came in the pump. I can't remember what that's called. It's like Smoothie Star, I think. That was actually a lot richer and more moisturizing than this was, but it was nice. I like things that are in a tub because you can just pop them on your bed after you've gotten out of the shower, and it makes it easier to like moisturize. The official moisturizing um motion. As you may notice, I'm actually in a different place in my room at the moment because the sun decided to go down at 3:45. So or well, it's just really, really, really dark. It's really kind of stormy outside, and it's also getting dark. So I've just decided to sit over here instead because you couldn't see anything. So I only noticed that halfway through talking about the stuff I was talking about. So I'll do those two over again. So the next thing I used up was the Olay Daily Essentials Complete Care. Yeah, so I think I included this in my last Empties video. It's just kind of, it's an illuminating moisturiser with SPF, a broad spectrum SPF of 15 in it. So it's just a really nice base for under makeup. It's nice if you're not wearing any makeup. It just kind of makes your skin look more alive and awake and stuff. And it's something that I've repurchased a million times over, so I have another one of them right here that's sort of full. So the next thing I used up was the Bourjois 1 second nail remover. Nail polish remover. Yeah, it removes your nails in under a second. Great. So yeah, this is like, I've lost count of how many of these I've used up. The way I know that I'm finished with one of these is that it starts to smell a little weird. And also it kind of, the residue it leaves on your fingers is like sticky, and it usually dyes like my fingers pink, because of all like the residue of all, you know, because everything you remove goes into the pot and stays there. So I think I usually get a good few months out of these, and I do paint my nails quite often, so they do last a decent amount of time. Probably get slightly longer out of a bottle of nail polish remover, but these are just so handy. And if you paint your nails often, like, it doesn't dry your nails out anything as much as like a, you know, your standard like acetone nail polish remover would. I don't think this has acetone in it, and also it does have like some, it says it has almond oil. It does, you can really feel the kind of the nourishing oil when you've pulled your hand or your fingers out of it. So I do really like that, and I do think it is worth the extra money because I do paint my nails so often, and it just helps me keep my fingers or my cuticles and my nails in slightly better condition. So the next thing I used up was the La Roche-Posay Anthelios sunscreen. Again, this is something else that I've already opened like a new one of. This is the matte fluid. I really like this. I use this under certain foundations. I'll show you which ones now. So I use it under the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation in the shade 51 and Revlon Photo Ready, which I have in the shade Vanilla. Both of these foundations I really like, but they're just slightly too dark on their own, and I put them on my skin without using the sunscreen underneath it. I do like to wear sun protection every day. This is one that I use with foundations that are slightly too dark because it does give a slight white cast. But it's really good. You get like 50 ml in it, and it's pretty decent. I've worn this on its own without foundation, and it gives you a slight white cast. Like when you put it on, when you apply it first, it does look a bit extreme, but it does dry down, and you don't look like a ghost face if you wear this on its own. But I usually do wear it under makeup. I'd wear something else that was sort of colourless if I was going to wear no makeup. A bottle of eye drops. These are just by Murine. They're the Dry and Tired Eyes. I liked them. I use eye drops a lot. I get kind of very sensitive, irritated, dry eyes. That's something I suffer with, especially in the winter. So I always have like a drop. I always have eye drops on hand anyway. So these were good. They were just fairly standard saline eye drops. Then I used up a cuticle remover, and this one's by Sally Hansen. It's just the one that comes like this. I picked up the one in the blue bottle. I think it's like the 3-second or 30-second cuticle remover or something like that. It was the one that they had in the US that all the US kind of YouTube people were showing. So it just took it a while longer to come to Europe. I haven't actually used that one. There is actually a little bit of this left, but I couldn't physically squeeze it out of the tube the last time I was trying to use this. It's really hard to use, so there's just a tiny bit of it left, but most of it is gone. It was good. It softened my cuticles and made my cuticles easier to kind of remove, and helped with hangnails and stuff. It was good. It smells a little weird. It smells really powdery, like kind of like
I don't know, it's kind of like a grandma scent, but it was good, it did the trick. So, and for anyone who's interested, I think Essence, if you go to like one of the bigger Essence displays, I think they have a cuticle remover that comes in a very, very similar type of packaging. I think it's slightly slimmer, but it's I think like less than half the price. So maybe check that out if you want something like this. And then the last thing I have to show you is my Catrice eyebrow filler. Again, this is something that I already have a new one of these opened. It just sort of, after a couple of months, I think I had this for about 5 or 6 months, it just sort of goes like, yeah, you can see it there, it just kind of goes a little bit ashy, like all the foundation and concealer and stuff that was trapped in your eyebrows, that's come off the brush and gone into the bottle, it just kind of all collects after a while, and then when it starts kind of turning your eyebrows ashy when you use it. And it just gets really cloggy and stuff like that. So this was really good. I think it was about €4. It does fill in your brows. I have fairly thick brows that are probably need to do a job on them. And I have gotten to the stage where I realise that putting a little bit of something tinted through my brows does actually kind of make my face look tidier and better. So this is really nice if you're not someone who likes to add a whole lot of definition to your brows. If you don't like scouse brow or dark eyebrows, I think it looks gross on people. I'm really not a fan of a really strong brow. So this is just really nice, especially if you're kind of just starting out with brow stuff. I know there are a lot of like die-hard brow fans out there, like people who love doing their eyebrows and have like 1,000,001 different powders and stuff like that. I'm really not one of those. Fairly universal brown. I'd say even if you're kind of a light, even if you're kind of if you're a blonde and you have sort of browny eyebrows, you might be able to get away with this. I actually got myself the Maybelline brow mascara, and I got that in the medium colour, and this is actually lighter than that. So this sort of sits between the Maybelline blonde one and the medium one in the Maybelline range. So if neither of them suit you, this might be one to check out, and it's a lot cheaper. It's much cheaper, so it's really good. Anyway, so that is my Empties video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye!